The Peaky Blinders, in the late 19th century, began to expand their criminal enterprise. Their activities included providing protection, fraud, land grabbing, smuggling, robbery, and illegal gambling activities. The group was known for its violence not only against rival gangs, but also against innocent civilians and police officers. The Peaky Blinders also deliberately attacked police officers in what became known as cop baiting. Constable George Snipe was killed by the gang in 1897, as was Charles Philip Gunter in 1901, and there were many injuries. The most powerful member of the Peaky Blinders was a man known as Kevin Mooney. His real name was Thomas Gilbert, but he usually changed his surname. Other prominent members of the gang included David Taylor, Ernest Bales, Harry Fowles, and Stephen McNichol. Harry Fowles, known as Babyface Harry, was arrested at the age of 19 for stealing a bicycle in October 1904. McNichol and Bales were also arrested at the same time for bicycle theft and home invasion respectively. Each was held for a month for their crimes. West Midlands police records described the three arrested as unruly young men who stalk the streets in groups drunk and insult and rob passers-by. Taylor was arrested at the age of 13 for carrying a loaded firearm. Many gang members later fought in the First World War. Henry Lightfoot, the first person to be called Peaky Blinder, joined the British Army and took part in the Battle of the Somme in France in 1916. Notorious gangster Billy Kimber was also a former Peaky Blinder. In addition to guns, the Peaky Blinders used a variety of melee weapons, including belt buckles, metal-tipped boots, soldering irons, clubs, and knives. Gang members often wore tailored clothing, unusual for gangs of the time, breeches and coats. They wore tailored suits, usually with bell-bottoms and button-down jackets. The wealthier members wore silk handkerchiefs and collared collars with metal tie buttons. Their distinctive dress was easily recognizable by people of the town, police, and rival gang members. The Peaky Blinders' expansions into horse racing led to a violent backlash from the Birmingham Boys gang. The Peaky Blinders moved away from the center of Birmingham and into the countryside. With the Blinders withdrawn from the criminal underworld, the Sabini gang collaborated with the Birmingham Boys gang, later dominated by Sabini, and consolidated political control in central England in the 1930s. As the Peaky Blinders gang declined, their name came to be used as a catch-all term to describe violent street youth. The gang's activities lasted from the 1880s to the 1910s. The BBC series Peaky Blinders, starring Cillian Murphy, Paul Anderson, Sam Neill and Helen McCrory, premiered in September 2013. It presents a fictional story in which the Peaky Blinders battle in the underworld with rival gangs, and events unfold after World War I. The song Cheapside Sloggers in 2019 by the Danish rock band Volbeat was written about the rivalry between the two gangs.